guys, I think we'll get started this morning. So just to double check, we're here for Ollie and Kenny, who's having a hand pillar. Social media and faith, just double checking in the right place. And we'll get going. The next slide, please. So just to explain a little bit about what we're going to be doing today, is exploring social media. Maybe you're new to it, maybe you've got some questions that you come in today, maybe it's something, I feel like I'm told to do this, but I don't quite know how to do it, or how to share, be safe online, what's it all about. Maybe there's some of your questions, we're going to touch on those today. And then just a little bit about me. I'm from a charity called Missional. We're based in Leeds and Bradford, and we do youth work, but with a digital scope. I think there's a real place in the digital world, bring evangelism and gospel message into every area of life, and especially young people spend all the time, or a lot of the time in the digital world. That's where they live. So we think, let's step into that place, okay? Build them up as disciples to be young missional leaders themselves. I'm by no means an expert in social media, but I have been active in the youth work space for a number of years. So I'm going to come and share my experience and my story, and hopefully that's helpful for you guys to think about how we can be active on social media. What's the type of things that we should be posting and talking about? But I'm not qualified, got a degree in social media, but I've been asked to come and share my thoughts, and hopefully, that's going to be helpful. So we're going to look at three different things in our session today. First, we're going to look at what is out there. We're going to observe what is there. Okay, where are young people at? Where are they? What are they doing? Who's talking to them? What's happening online? Second, we're going to look at from our observation and then from our opportunity. What is our opportunity to then join them in the online space? Okay, so see what's there. What's our place to get in there? Maybe that's the types of things we're posting, the types of places we're going to be posting on. What's our opportunity? And thirdly, then we're going to how we can occupy that space. So what is our way? And how are we going to occupy? How are we going to be interactive, engaging with young people? How can we bring that into talking about faith, bringing discipleship into that conversation, being a presence in the online world where there's so much other stuff happening at the same time. So, before we start, I just want to look at a Bible passage. This is Hebrews 13:8. And as we talk about the online world, I just want you to think about this passage where it says, Jesus is the same, yesterday and today and forever. The digital world, social media, can seem really new, big, and even a bit scary, unknown, and quite new, especially to how the church is trying to step into that place. Some parts of the church have, we're still working that out. But I think it's encouraging to know Jesus is the same, yesterday, today, and forever. That means that who we're talking about, Jesus, isn't changing. We might be talking about it in a different place, on a different platform. Who we're talking about, Jesus, is the same. I think that's really encouraging when we're stepping into that world of how do we occupy it, how do we engage our young people, talking about the same Jesus who we've always spoken about. So, I find it encouraging when we go into new and scary places that Jesus is the same. I think we do too. So, observation. What social media apps do you know? I'm going to give you a minute on your tables to talk around. Can you create a list of all the places in social media that you know of, maybe you're inactive in them, or you've just heard of them? Let's spend a minute and feed back together. What are the places that you know of? Okay, let's get some of you guys to shout out. Maybe on the nudge someone next to you to be the spokesperson on your table. Let's just kind of shout out sort of randomly and we're going to do show of hands. But what places, apps, platforms, and social media are there? Be Real. Brilliant. Nice. Most trending app of last year, Be Real. I'll explain that in a second. TikTok, yeah, another big one. Well, let's get through the big hitters. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, yeah, Twitter, WhatsApp, Pinterest, nice, yeah. I've got a few more on my screen. Strava, Yeah, for a running app. Yeah, running social media. Yes, 1 second a day. Yeah. We're going to get a few that are going to start going on the screen. These are some top ones that I can think of. So we've got things like Pinterest. We'll just keep cycling through these. Twitch. Into a little bit of gaming side of social media. There's Twitch. There's Tumblr. A little bit old-fashioned maybe. Instagram. See if you can guess them. Snapchat. Who's got young people on Snapchat? Yeah. Discord. Sort of another chat site, especially for gamers. TikTok. Twitter. Two more. So Be Real is up there. Facebook. Reddit. Telegram. Who said a Telegram? Yeah? This is quite new to me, but it's on quite a rise at the moment. I think there's one more image on YouTube as well, obviously. Who has heard of most of those things on the screen, and the others? Some of you have seen new ones as well, which is great. Yeah? Any that are brand new to you? Show us a hand if there's anything that's brand new. Yeah? Which ones are brand new? Quite a few of them. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Telegram is brand new to me. I haven't heard of that, which sounds like some people have. So there's a lot going on with social media. Okay, some of you might be like, yeah, I know this, I'm on them all the time. Others are like, whoa, there's so much. I thought it was just like the main four. It can seem a bit scary. I'm not trying to scare my shirt off how much there is in social media, but it's good to be aware of what is happening around us. It's good to be aware of where our young people are presently active. Okay? Because probably, depends on your generation gap, Facebook might be your most common app that you use. To young people in your youth groups, or if your parents, or whatever where you've come from, Facebook might be less likely used than other places. I've actually got a graph to show on the next slide. This is Gen Zers or Gen Zers, however you say it. So between 13 and 25, these are the most used apps. So it's just to give you a bit of context about where our people are. So that observation, where are young people currently active? So the YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and Snapchat, the top 4 most used sites. It even splits it into male and female as well as a generalized percentage. So maybe you can see that you go, yeah, I can see some of my youth, I can see where they are. So that kind of shows where probably most people are. And even though Be Real is at the bottom of that, Be Real is on a massive incline. Okay? Be Real is an app that came out not too long ago. Last year, like I said, is the most used app. And it is, if you've not heard of it, I quite enjoy it. But it's, you get one picture a day, and it takes your front camera and your selfie camera and the back camera. Okay, so you basically get one picture a day, it's like, I'm currently making food, it takes a picture of my food dish on my face. There's no filters, no editing, it's just that is it. Okay, so why is it on the trend? Well, maybe because people are acting after the honesty and transparency, not the filters, not the edits, not the sort of layers of the whole things. So that's helpful to know when we look about these statistics, where things are rising, who's on where, why are they on those places. Like I said, it's useful to, even though these are massive percentages, it's good to know where they are, because Instagram, even though Instagram is the second most used, I'm going to predict that it's mostly those 20 and above that are going to be on Instagram. The younger age will be on other places like Snapchat. Okay, so it's worth knowing where your youth group are. So maybe ask them, if you don't know already, where the places you're on. It might be that if a few of them are on Snapchat in your youth group, they're going to bring more youth into Snapchat. If they're on another place like Be Real, they're going to bring more people to Be Real. It's about learning where you're going. So maybe you don't know anything at all. One of your challenges is to go back to your groups and say, I need to find out where they are before I can start going further. And that's okay to do. So one of the things we're going to do a bit later on is open out those discussions with your young people about social media. I think that is something that's really helpful when it comes to engaging with it, especially expressing faith or understanding it safely. Some of you might come because I want to learn a bit about the safeguarding of social media. We'll touch on that. But opening out those discussions is really helpful. We've got a short video to
Get chatting.
It is important to talk about the good parts of the internet.
As much as the bad. True or false?
Yeah, that's definitely true.
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 True, yeah.
I think it's important to talk about what you see online, what's true, what's fake. It puts things into perspective.
I mean, the internet does have some good things on it.
The positive thing about being online is you can get lots of inspiration from many different online sources.
The correct answer is true. Get chatting. Have regular chats with your child about what they like doing online and how it makes them feel.
Don't forget to talk about the positives of being online as much as the negatives and really listen to what they're telling you.
Do you think we just chat enough about being online?
No, I don't think we chat really at all about you being online. I mean, I just trust you.
I feel like we should talk a bit more about being online rather than all the bad parts, some good parts, so we can enjoy being online as well as being safe.
But I definitely would like to challenge us to get a little bit more into your passions and your enjoyments and the things you like to do.
Screen time savvy.
We should all take breaks from our screens.
True or false?
True.
I think that is true, yes.
True.
That is true. Spending less time on screens is a great way to improve well-being, both online and offline.
Try setting some limits and boundaries surrounding screens and making use of the wellbeing settings on apps such as Instagram and TikTok or on your devices.
Do you think we spend too much time as a family online?
Probably, yeah, let's be honest.
I don't think you guys set good examples for like taking breaks. We could all improve on that together.
The impacts that it has on your mental well-being as well as your physical well-being. We could go back to the days of calling people, going to visit relatives, and just us as a unit valuing that time being in person.
I've grown up being on screen, so it just becomes a normal part of my life. So on your phone, if you go into like settings, you can write limited time on this app.
Yeah, that's done. We're going to use that. We are.
So do you think we spend too much time on the phone?
Yes.
You said that so fast.
That's good, the honesty is good.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So I hope that opens up what we're going to look at. And also, if you have any other thoughts and questions, NSPCC have some other good stuff on their website to sort of get a little bit more context and understanding. So I want to touch on why we might have come today. You might have come with certain questions or thoughts or things to explore or something going on here. I want to present this and try and work out something about it. I've brought up a few suggestions of what I think you might have come with. So you might think about what is the emotional impact of our young generation who occupy these spaces. Okay, these are things to think about with the young people online. What is the concern of time wasting and endless scrolling? Is that a concern that we're thinking about with our young people? What are the influences of voices that people will be hearing? There's so much being said online. How much of that is helpful? Is any of it inappropriate? Maybe that's where we can step in and bring lines of gospel message. What about the secrecy? Not knowing who our young people are looking at? Maybe that concerns you. What about the exhaustion of having to keep up with social media? Yeah, there's so much going on, so many different apps and platforms. You could spend a whole kind of working day keeping up with what is put out. I'm not saying this to make social media sound like it's a bad thing, because actually I think it can be a great thing. Because on the flip side of these concerns and questions, we can see great places of creativity and engagement, especially in the Christian context. Okay? Hands up if you follow sort of any Christian influencers or positive sort of church-related content online. Okay, that's encouraging that you do, because that will model and feedback down to your young people. I've got 5 that I found who I quite enjoy following. The first one coming up in the picture is a guy called Rev Chris. He's really fun. He's just a vicar, and he just posts little 60-second sermons about his day, kind of linking to thought, linking to the Bible. I think they're really cool. Next one up is we've got this American footballer, CJ Ham. So he's advocating Jesus through his sport. I think is really encouraging to see. We then have people like Kate Thompson, who's kind of producing music, Christian music, posting that online in little short videos. Kirby Minnick, who does little creative short videos, biblical themes. This guy's really fun. The next one, is he the creator? Does like call? If an angel was a call center, if heaven was a call center, angel Gabriel answered the phone. The next guy comes up, makes little kind of comedy short videos. They're pretty fun. They're all bringing out the gospel message. So maybe if we're thinking about who is influencing us, we can try and point them to positive people. On the next slide, if you really want to, you can try and follow their handles. These are on Instagram. Just if you wanted to. Well, the point of showing these is that there is already great content being created, already great positive places where the gospel message is being shining a light into the crazy mixed packed world of social media. Maybe you have others that you follow yourself that can be really helpful, and that is great. So we're going to come to our first little chat times. This is where you're going to discuss on your little tables. I kind of addressed where we're going to look at, what's already happening, some questions to think about. But have I missed anything? Have you come to this room, this little workshop, with something that I haven't quite sort of pinpointed that we're going to explore? So I'm going to give you a minute in your tables to discuss either some of the questions that I posed earlier, some of the thoughts I've said, or is there anything I've missed? Spend a minute and I'm going to feedback. I want to be able to cover things that you are covering, not just me telling you stuff. So spend a minute in your tables. Okay, I'd love to hear some of the things that maybe I've not highlighted yet. So again, if you want to just shout out to me, what is something that you'd love to be able to get something from in the next 40 minutes? Get there something that very much. Don't cover everything, they have to chat after this as well because we have time, but that's a really good point, so thank you for that. Yeah, it's a good point. So how do they find the content? Try and cover bits of that. There's discussion about how you use social media globally or locally. So if you use social media globally, it's like I want everybody to try and follow my page and that where they're from. Or if you use social media in sort of a local context. So you could create your, this is my youth group's Instagram page. It's not for thousands and thousands of followers, but it's for the 20 people or the 10 people that I've got following me. And it's their local content. You can talk to them directly about that. So it's one of the things we might try and touch on a bit later. Anything else? Yeah?
We talked about any consequences of social media. So if you post something on Twitter as a 16-year-old, that might be seen as controversial, that could then come back to bother you if you get a professional job as this, and even like footballers and things where oh, you posted this 10 years ago, and how do you talk about forgiveness and things if we're saying people can't change on social media?
Yeah, that's a good point. And being open about talking about how to use it, what happens on social media, is another thing I've got down for us to talk about. I think that's also really helpful. Understanding how to use it, what happens when you do use it, and I hope to try and touch on that. But yeah, forgiveness and the council culture that we have, how does that work together? This is some big question. Anything else? Yeah.
I think creating fake accounts and the policing of it, I've experienced a fake account being made and horrible videos posted on it about pupils at school. I'm trying to get hold of the powers of TikTok, we can, and the police intervening, they can't do anything until two police from TikTok. So that's a really hard area, you know, how do you police those accounts and can't get through to people that are on sites.
Yeah, another big tough question. I don't have direct answers for people who can't go to the authorities on TikTok. It's hard to get through. There are ways to help protect yourself through parental or other safeguarding controls that we can explore a little bit on, which can help a little bit towards that, but it doesn't stop it from happening, I understand. There is some things we can help engage our young people and teach them about how to be safe online, which goes a little bit towards that. But I understand that's really difficult and it's happening to some of the young people. So a couple more if you've got any. Yeah. Yeah, totally get that. That's same as said, you're going to be in one room by yourself, the young person, because that's not the right safeguarding procedure. You always have these two DPS people. Same sort of principle will work online. When we look at occupying space in the third part, we're going to talk about some ways we can occupy it. We create a group or a page or whatever it is, and we can come on to that, which will help give you some ideas to workshop between you guys. Brilliant. There'll be more chance to feed back some more stuff, and also slightly aware of time. So, opportunity. What is our opportunity to access this space? So we've observed kind of where young people are, what's happening, what sort of content and questions we might be asking. We need to know what is our opportunity for using social media. Maybe, I don't know if you've got a youth group, you're thinking, I'd love to be able to do something online, I don't quite know what, don't know how to do it safely, or what sort of things to talk about, post about. This is our chance to think about what is our opportunity to start doing something. For example, my opportunity using social media is to start post encouragements and reminders. This week, you see on the next slide, I've got a couple of examples of just little things I posted about. This week we've got Christmas bake-off coming up, or we've got board game night. Come along and talk about this little topic, this little thing that's coming on. The next slide. Thanks. There we go. So, just an example of my opportunity is to post a reminder and encouragement of this week. I think it happens at the same time every week. You kind of forget sometimes. Come to that again. We're going to talk about this. This thing's happening. Something to look forward to. Something in the middle of the week to be a reminder of. It's just a couple of little things that I post about because I think that's helpful for my opportunity to go, come back again, let's have a chat, let's move that together. Maybe that's useful for you, maybe you want to have a different opportunity. But I'm not going to use my chance on social media to do some little TikTok dance because I don't believe that's part of my opportunity to do a dance. And to be honest, no one needs to see me dancing. I'm not going to do one on stage, but perhaps you have a gift of dancing, actually, I could do something through dancing on TikTok, and that could be a way to connect with my young people, because that's something they like doing. Maybe that's your opportunity. It's just like mine. So maybe it's similar to mine to connect midweek, or maybe it's to share a little message, a little thought or reflection of the week. As this video plays, maybe you really like Rev Chris, like I do a little bit. So you're going to is the video plays on? Let's have a look. My little screen. Well, it's maybe really like Rev Chris. And you go, actually, I'm going to share this to my youth group page or my youth group account that my youth group follow. Let's go.
60 seconds around Rev Chris. We're about to approach Lent. Today's Shrove Tuesday, tomorrow is Ash Wednesday. And Lent is an opportunity for us to reflect on our lives and 60 seconds around Rev Chris. We're about to approach Lent. Today's Shrove Tuesday, tomorrow is Ash Wednesday. And Lent is an opportunity for us to reflect on our lives and 60-second ceremony with Chris. We're about to approach Lent. Today's Shrek Tuesday, tomorrow is Ash Wednesday. And Lent is an opportunity for us to reflect on our lives
So you see the Rev Chris says things 3 times. But maybe that's your opportunity to go, I've seen this, let's post it as an encouragement, as a thought, as a reflection. Instead of just, this is what we're doing in youth group, it's here's something to think about as you go through your week. Maybe that's your opportunity to step and engage with your young people. Fantastic. Because I hope you agree with me that we want to help the church become cutting edge in its strength and voice in leading young people to be the next leaders, to ignite transformation in them. And if young people are living in the digital world, which they are quite regularly, and that's fine because they're native to that, they've grown up in that. If they're living in that world, then I think we should be stepping into it. Our charity Missional generation, we have a little 3-word motto, digital discipleship mission. Okay? Young people living in a digital world. So let's step into that digital place, which recognise where they are and engage with them through that. Okay? So we bring digital innovation, apps and things, but you might think about what is my digital way to step in through maybe social media or other forms. And then you have discipleship. So once I've connected through the digital world, through my posts or my online group, or I've got an online Minecraft community, or we're going to meet on Zoom for church once a month and do some things. However it is you're meeting online or in the digital space, you then have that chance to talk and connect, maybe invite them to a youth group. So you're connecting in a digital place, inviting them and communicating, and that leads to a place of discipleship, which is always our aim. I'm not saying that the social media world is the place to always stay in and be in. It's a great place to be, but it's not the only thing to be. So I'm saying we can connect and then bring them into the group, bring them into those conversations of faith. And that can lead us to discipleship. And once we've got these young disciples who are sort of burning in their hearts in their youth groups, let's bring them out to a place of mission. Let's act upon the things that we've been discipled about. And this is a really helpful thing when I do my work with what's online, what's digital in my youth groups. Thinking, let's not just be in a digital place because it's fun and that's where they're at. Let's lead them from digital to discipleship to mission. Let me just find my notes. So I'm going to give you a little quiz now. So on the next slide you'll see some percentages. So this is, again, thinking about where our young people are and as our opportunity to talk to them. I've hidden away what the colours mean, but this graph shows where people get their news from. Okay? Where they get their most recent, quickest news updates. Is it from a website, from the TV, from places like Google, or is it from social media? And there are 4 different generations, that's what the colours mean. So one is millennial, one is Gen X, which is, I believe, above millennial. And then there's Gen Z adults and Gen Z teenagers. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds in your tables. Which do you think belongs to which? So which is the light green, which is the dark green, what's the grey and what's the black represent? Is it millennials, Gen X, Gen Z adults, so people in their 20s, or Gen Z teens, Z teenagers? Where do you think people are most going for their news updates? Maybe think about where you are, where would you go for your news updates? Is that the same as your young people? Okay, pretty quick one. So what do we think? We'll start with the light green, it's on the top row. Which generation, age bracket do you think the light green percentage bar represents? Essentially, do you think it means the young people or some of the older generations? Is it our teenagers? Is it our 20s? You think youngest for light green? We'll see. What about dark green? If you think youngest is teenagers, if you think teenagers are getting most of their news, be it you see whatever it is, what's happening, latest trends on social media. Dark green, it's a little bit of confusion, but generally saying greens are younger. Do you think that means then that millennials, older than millennials, are more going to traditional TV news websites? Well, flick to the next screen, we'll see it's slightly small, but you are correct. With light green is our teenagers. Dark green is people in their 20s. Grey is essentially goes from younger to older, top to bottom. But that helps us understand also where young people are. What is our opportunity to step into them? So if we're talking about news, what happened recently, social media is the place where it's going to happen. So maybe we need to be looking on social media, what's happening, what can we talk about? If we're concerned about what's happening, what's been spoken about, what they're seeing, maybe we need to have some sort of access to see what's happening. If you go onto places like Twitter, you can see what's trending. You can click the trending button, you can see these are the things that people are discussing. Sometimes it's about the most recent football event, sometimes it's about some celebrity court case, which is an example that we had in one of our churches. We were going in, we planned a little our session, what was going to happen, we were going to talk about and do. But that same day, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case was sort of trending online, and that's when it sort of snowballed. People heard about it first before went anywhere else. The young people already aware of this big drastic celebrity case that is causing all these sort of conflicts and issues and thoughts. So we have to scrap our plan and talk about what's happening right there and then. And that's an example of being sort of active online, knowing what's happening with these trends, where the news is coming from. So we actually just scrapped that plan and spent our time just talking through the issues that were raised, through what happened with the court case. Because that was important to do. So our young people saw that as new and fluid to think about. So maybe part of your challenge is maybe over this weekend, find out what's trending before you go to your next youth group. Yes?
When you talk about Gen Z, millennials, and the other ones, what exactly do you mean? Like, what kind of group?
Yeah, good question. So, Gen Z, teens, so you're talking anyone who's a teenager currently right now, so 13 to 18. Gen Z adults are sort of from 20s up until about late 20s, 27, 28. I'm 20, I'm about to be 27, so I'm sort of that buffer zone of Gen Z adults to millennial. Millennials are then up to about 35, 40, depending on how you differentiate. And Gen X are sort of the next 10, 15 years older than that, so probably up to their 50s. I think there's little bits of debate on what actually the ages are. But hopefully that's helpful to think about. So you've got teenagers, 20s, people in their 30s, and up to 40s and 50s, those sort of the four groups there. But being aware of where our news comes from, so maybe we need to be active on those places, on Twitter, on Instagram, to see what's happening faster. Or maybe if that's not your skill set, if that's not where you're at, you just don't understand the online world, that is okay. Find someone who does. Maybe you've got someone in your youth group who's like always on it, they know what's happening. Invest in them, raise them as a young leader to go ask them each week, hey, what's happening this week? What can you share about something that you've seen online this week? Make that a rhythm of your week to go, hey, have you got any memes to share? I've seen someone on TikTok that want to like show everybody. Make that into open conversation up, and that brings young people to go, oh, they're interested in what I'm interested in. I'm going to share them something I've seen. And eventually they might go, actually I saw something that didn't quite sit well. But because you've opened that conversation, that place of transparency, they go, actually I saw this thing, quite like it. Can we talk about it? And you can help that young person who maybe they saw something they didn't like, and you can go, well, how did that make you feel? And you can talk instead of hiding it and bottling it. Being able to talk about what's happening on social media, I think, is really important. And if you don't have a skill in or presence in all those places, you're not going to have a presence in all those places, because that's going to cause you burnout just to keep up with that, as well as leaving everything else you're doing. So maybe find some people who are in those places, keep with you you updated about it. And it's pretty fun for you in person to be able to go, hey, look at this. It's just a nice little kind of good report. For example, one of the trends that's happened recently is, has anyone heard of ChatGPT? Yeah? So if you don't know ChatGPT, it is a newish AI interface. So essentially, you can ask it to do something and it will write you whatever it is. For example, this short video is, when it starts playing, is I asked ChatGPT to write me an essay about why cats are better than dogs. Okay. Pretty simple, funny little question, but you'll see that as soon as I type it in, the video, go ahead and play the video. So this is recorded in real time. As soon as I typed it in, thought about it, and then it just spewed out all this stuff about why, let's say, dogs are better than cats, or the other way around. It's a new trend that's happening now. People are having fun trying it out, asking lots of different funny questions. I know that Henry likes to use it, ask it some stuff, he quite enjoys it. But it's quite fun to try it out, obviously. But it's also pretty cool how the AI can do that straight away. It's a new trend that people are trying. But what if I asked ChatGPT to write me a worship song? What if I asked it to write me my next youth talk when I go to a youth group? Is that then a bit of an issue? What if I get AI to start telling me my theology about what the church is saying? Where's the AI getting that from? And so this is why it's an example of helpful to be told or find out what is trending online. Because if people are going to start using this all the time, is that good or is that bad? And to hold that in a bit of a balance. I'll be a little concerned if people are going to get their theology from an AI thing, so we don't know where it's getting it from. At least we know that we've gone to places, we've either researched, or we've talked it through with people, or we've discerned with God what He's trying to say to us. Cool. So that's just one sort of little thing to be aware of. I'm going to come to a few more concerns in a second. But we're going to come on to a bit of safeguarding stuff now. So maybe things that will be helpful for you if you're a parent or youth worker or wherever your place is. So there are a few things you can already do on most social media apps. You can family pair. So if you're a parent, obviously a bit less likely if you're a youth worker to pair your account with a young person. I would recommend it. If you're a parent, you can pair some of your social media accounts. You can get parental apps that help you. So you can help manage your young person. You think they're going to be endlessly scrolling. You can help manage their time on it. You can talk to young people. Ask them, do they have a private account or a public account? If they have a public account on something like Instagram, it means anyone can just find them and follow them, see what they post and the pictures that they put on. If it's private, you have to actively accept somebody to follow you. It's a way to be sort of slightly protected. So if you don't want someone sending you loads of spam messages, you just never accept them to follow you. Especially if you get people making these fake accounts. Well, if they don't follow you in the first place, they can't actually talk to you in most apps. Or they have to request to send you a message. So it's a way to be private. So maybe your people aren't aware that the thing is public. Plus, he wants to see all their pictures be shared to everyone. You can have restricted mode, so it's like a bit of a safe search. You can filter. So you might want to filter adult content away from your young people. Are the young people aware that they can turn this on if they're concerned about things they might be seeing? You can do the same in comments. So if people are going to post on something you put up, you can filter that out so they're not going to post mean and nasty things. Direct messages, you can do similar. And on most apps as well, I think TikTok has certainly set this up, so you can set a daily screen time. So it's quite easy for endless scrolling. It's endless, so you can do it forever. A young person can spend a couple of hours, they can fly down, quite enjoy it. They've just spent 2 hours on TikTok, they might have seen things, and things like that. So you can set these little limitations that can help protect you and care for you in the online space. So maybe these are new to you, maybe you know them already, that's absolutely fine. Maybe This is where again it comes to having open conversations with young people. Make it into a session of learning about social media together, being safe online. So I'll give you a couple moments if you want to jot this down. You can always talk to me afterwards. I'll happily send you all my slides, because that's helpful as well. But we'll move on. It's nearly lunchtime. So we're going to move on to what can we do? It's a bit more of the practical bits now. How can we practically engage our young people, especially about engaging with faith, engaging with our youth sessions, whatever it might be. So, for example, what can we do is you could create your own youth group page or youth group account on whatever it is and recommend something like Instagram. Facebook, some of you might be on Facebook, you need to find out where they are. It goes back to observation. Where are your young people mostly at? And can you safely join them? So Instagram is great. You can create an account on Instagram. You can have multiple people have access to that same account. So if you've got a couple of leaders in your youth group, you can both access it, which means 2 different people or more can see what happens on it. You can remove the direct messaging, you can just post, make it an active sort of group, public to the group, not public to the whole world, and what happens. Maybe that's helpful for you to start up, or you might want to create a WhatsApp group, similar thing, invite only people you want to join. There's enough leaders on there to make it safe. You can get people to sign a little online safety disclaimer, which I'll show at the end, of, I will respect what happens online, I understand things can stay there when they're posted, things like that, they can sign it, they can understand what happens. These are some little practical things that you can do to start your group. But again, it comes back to what is your opportunity. My opportunity is to just share things with them, is it to create a space of discussion and chat throughout the week. And I'll happily talk more with you later about this, or at the end you can chat with people on the tables. So it's some practical stuff. And they still come with a few concerns. So the next slide is another little chat time, which I think we shared quite a few concerns about what happens. There's some more about what about burnout, what about who is influencing our young people. I'll try and touch on this a little bit. We've also got about 10 minutes, so we're going to jump past that chat time. Because another concern we have is algorithms. Who understands what the algorithm is on social media? It's a random word. Some people know, some people don't. So again, this comes to understanding social media, talking with young people. The algorithm on social media is something that likes to show you stuff that you often search for. Okay? So the next slide shows a little nice graphic of what you like, plus how much time you spend on it, plus kind of the people you follow. That's what places like Instagram will show you. For example, a quick clip on the next slide is, for example, if I search for Liverpool Football Club, I quite like football. So if I search for the next picture will pop up, I want to search for their best goals, or I want to search for who their team is, so a couple more pictures will appear on the screen. And this is how the algorithm works. It will show you things that I like to look at. And then it might suggest, why don't you go to not just Liverpool, go to the whole Premier League's best goals. It will show you something similar related to that. And that's great for me because I like football. Okay. But what happens is what if, on the next slide, I search for, I'm a young person, I go, what happens if I'm feeling down today? And then the algorithm picks that up and then sends you, keeps scrolling through these pictures. What if I'm feeling down today? What about this, what about that? And you get more and more of the posts that relate. Just jump up onto all those pictures now. This is a concern about the algorithm. What if I ask about what if I'm feeling down, and it pushes all these other things about depression and poor mental health? What does that mean to me as a young person? How do I process that? Are young people aware that this is what happens on social media? And this might bring up concerns in your youth group. It might bring up reasons why they're asking certain things in your youth groups. So again, it's good to have open communication and talk about this. and that's where you can talk about the good news and faith. That's why it's good to be able to be a virtual presence in the online world where we step into it. Like those nice creative content creators, if I'm going to see more of Rev Chris talking about a 60-second gospel message, I'm going to get more of that message in me. I'm going to be listening to that more. I'm going to hear the message of Jesus more. It's going to give me more hope in life. It's going to give me more purpose in how I'm going to be called. You see how that snowballs really positively, but it could snowball negatively if you're not aware of how it works. But again, let's talk to our young people in our youth groups. See how they think about that. Okay, I'm going to quickly jump into occupying that space. We've talked about it a little bit. But this is where we're sort of merging our observation and how we can occupy, what are our opportunities. So we're going to link in our observation and our opportunity, and that gives us how we occupy. So how can we use social media as a helpful tool in evangelism? How can we then step into that world? So this comes to healthy rhythms. How can we have a healthy rhythm in helping our opportunity? Is it connecting midweek? Is it giving them a reflection? So I'm going to give you a minute in your groups. I'm going to put an example on the screen. So we can just jump to the next slide. So this is an example of a healthy rhythm, a way to occupy that space that I've come up with. I might go on my social media account, I might make my Instagram group private for my youth group, I might get them to join it, and I might, on a Monday, I might go, here's your personal motivation for the week. I want to give you something positive to start your week on. So that is what I've seen in my opportunity. And then on Wednesday, I might go, oh, what's happened this week? Ask me, bring in that discussion of what's happened, what's frustrated us. And on Friday I might go, let's celebrate something, let's bring something positive. That's an example of how I can occupy that space, have a healthy rhythm of posting that's not going to burn me out. Or on a slightly different one, on the next slide we've got, actually I want to make it a bit more faith talk. So Monday we're going to have a Bible passage, we've got a 1 minute reflection. I might feel myself doing it to make it a bit more engaging. Wednesday, let's have a challenge. So linking to that reflection is your challenge to do for the week. And on Friday might be, still got time for that challenge, see what youth group. I'm going to give you a minute in your tables. What is a way that you think you can maybe create as a table how you're going to occupy that space? What is maybe a healthy rhythm of posting? If you think posting regular content is helpful, what type of content would you like to post? Is it going to be short, snappy videos? Is it going to be just a nice sort of caption with an image to think about? 1 minute on your tables, think about how you're going to occupy that space. Maybe you don't want to post, I'm going to occupy it by getting my young people to lead something in my youth groups. I think my young people are going to do this, I'm not going to do this. Spend 1 minute in your groups. How are you going to create your occupation, how you're going to occupy rather that space? ask you to feedback because I'm sure we finished for lunch. But hopefully this has been helpful to raise some things to think about in your groups for yourself and go back to wherever you came from. I know I might not have answered fully every question that you have, so apologies for that, but there's some great questions. But the aim of doing this little workshop is to raise up, maybe get you thinking about how you can be present on online, be present on social media, bring out those questions of faith into that digital world, or maybe give you a few ideas of how to do that. At the very least, we've got us thinking and talking about it, and that's really helpful. So like I said, if we just jump to the final slide. That's okay. I did say I'd share things. I've got a few links which you can come chat to me afterwards and I'll send them to you. There's also a discount on online store if you want to. But if you want an online safeguarding policy, if you want to clue yourself up a bit more about how to be safe online, then there's a couple of links on the side. There's also, if you want to learn more about how apps can be used for parental consent, parental control, then there's some links there. But instead of you writing them down, I'm very happy for you to chat to me and I can send them to you, because that's probably a bit easier than you write those things down. But we've got 2 minutes. I'd just love to pray for you guys before we break for lunch. You said you're thinking early to go through. If that's okay. So I just want to thank you for these people who've come to raise questions, to have a chat and explore more about how you can share your words and your faith online. And I hope through these discussions and generating ideas, we can be more of a presence, we can raise up young people, disciple into the amazing